Ahoy, shipmates! Early in the morning. I have no idea what time early is in the morning, but the cruise ships arriving this morning clearly had no idea what time early in the morning was and arrived before then. Now we're here down at Calshot Spits watching the arrival of Ventura in a simply marvellous sunrise this morning. We had 5 cruise ships arriving this morning. The first one I can't remember because that arrived very early in the dark. The second one was the Emerald Princess, I think. Again, that was the one you saw as I was on my way down to Calshot Spit coming up the water. Probably, I would say, marginal whether or not that would have been light enough to get any decent shots. I suspect, again, probably too dark. And then about half an hour after that one, maybe 40 minutes, we have Ventura arriving. And she's arriving just about the right sort of time. The sun is starting to come over the horizon and the colours in the sky are developing wonderfully. Conditions are excellent down here at Calshot Spits. There's a light-ish breeze. No real waves. So yeah, looking good for some photographs, which I think I'm going to try one here. Let's see how this goes, shall we? I like the ferry there as well. Not a bad set of colours on that photograph, although I'll have to give that probably a D- because it's out of focus. And the reason it was out of focus is because I had been playing with the camera and I've been using some manual camera settings, and they had a long exposure where I'd been trying to film some moving ships for something else I was working on, but no, it didn't work. And again, same with this one, a bit out of focus. I mean, it's hard and difficult because of the lack of light. I mean, there are some decent colours there in the sky, some nice dramatic clouds, but just not very sharp. And I didn't notice while I was filming until a little bit later. But actually, this shot coming up is not too bad. It's a bit not out of focus, just blurry where it's motion. But I get another one coming up where it's even better. So I quite liked that one. I'll turn around now and see what's going on with the sunrise. It's looking very decent indeed. This will only get better. Little sailboat there. Hoping we can get the sailboat to come past at the same time as the cruise ship. That'll add a little bit of interest to the photograph. Where is this other cruise ship? It's going to be around here somewhere, surely. Come on. It's not like you missed it. Ah, there it is. It's P&O Iona. Let's go and have a little chase down of P&O Iona, shall we? It's a problem here with Calshot Spits. You can see the ships from absolutely miles away when visibility is clear like it is today. You really can. You can see them absolutely miles away. But they come past it somewhere in the region of sort of 16, 18 knots, and you don't get a lot of time to take photographs, which is sort of disappointing. But it's a different location, and I particularly wanted to catch the sunrises here this morning. Plus, I was on my way somewhere else afterwards, so it all worked out rather well. I've sped some of this up a bit so we can not have to sit here for ages, but you get the idea of how the cruise ships are going. But I did notice my least favourite bird was circling around here again. Look, here we go. Coming into attack. Not what I want to be seeing. It's an oyster catcher, or in fact, no less, it seems like a little flock of oyster catchers. I'll slow this down to show you just how close to get to the drone. I lost one of my previous drones due to an oyster catcher just flying into me and taking me out while I was hovering. I did hear the calls of the oyster catchers, but I didn't see them. And I have to say I wasn't really concentrating too much on the screen of the drone at this point. I was actually just looking at the ship and checking on conditions. And then when I look back, I noticed something flick past the screen. And so there's only one solution for this I've discovered, and that's just to gain as much height as possible. So I took the drone up, as high as I could to get away from those nasty oyster catchers. Well, you can see here Iona has gone around Bramblebank. Bramblebank's behind her. It's the big sandbank in the middle of the Solent that all the ships have to do a big S around. So she's just gone around that, and she's on her way over to us at Calshot. I shall wait until we get that lovely sunrise behind her, and I shall try some more photographs now that I have the camera settings in the correct mode. Captain should have checked that first, but sometimes it's a bit early in the morning. In fact, no, it's a bit early in the morning. Oh, look at that one. Worth getting up early in the morning for that sort of photograph. Not bad at all, that one. I like that one. I don't like side-on ones normally, but that's not bad. Lovely colours in the sky. Maybe a B+ for that one. This one I was concentrating too much and I made a mistake, and look at that, it's completely off-centre. Bad framing, but for the Instagram crowd, look, it's a square one. I know how they like those square things on social media, so I made something rather decent of that. In fact, that's the squeak of the oyster catchers you can hear in the background, those little devils. Here we go. So I'm trying to work out what to do with the sunrise that's coming up. I'm going to go. I was trying to go for something arty, where the sort of silhouetting it, but I've decided it wasn't too big because I'm not really keen on the side-on ones. So I'm just going to draw around the front. You can see the lovely shadow off the bow there, and the reflection off the water is rather good at this sort of angle. So I was hoping to try and do something with that. Let's see if I can scoot the drone over a little more off the bow on the port side. I'll just track the ship for a bit longer until we can develop that angle and the colours. It's just looking marvellous, isn't it? What a great shot this is. Didn't notice many people on their balconies this morning. I think they were all tucked up in bed. This is somewhere in the region of about 3 or 4 in the morning, I think. Very early indeed. Quite pleased with that imagery there. I thought that was a rather decent shot there. Great selection of colours. Oh, this one is even better selection of colours. For some reason, the hull of the ship's looking better there. I like the framing of that one. This one, I think I've probably overdone it slightly. Looks a touch on the overdone side. And I've got this one as she was departing. Passed as far as I could go. And then I shot that one a bit lower to see if that looks better. I think I prefer the lower one. I think I prefer the reflection of the sun on the water. But as you can see, they do pass very quickly here at Calshot. There's another sailing boat out on a very early morning sail. So I waited, I think it was about 40 minutes. So we've had 3 ships in total. So this is the 3rd ship. First ship, I quite liked the sunrises. Second, I think Iona probably had the best looking sky. And now we have the Spirit of Adventure. And she's about 40 minutes later. And look how different the sky is again. A very different colour palette indeed. For some reason, it sort of reminded me of Scotland. I'm not entirely sure why it reminded me of Scotland, this colour palette. But I was up high again to avoid the oyster catchers, so I'm slowly lowering myself as we're coming into the bow. Oh, I thought that was quite good. I don't think I've taken one from some sort of high up above like that. Quite good, I thought. I liked the different framing on that one. I might have to try that again. Well, I'm getting lower and lower. Most of the oyster catchers seem to be circulating quite close to the land. They don't seem to be out here at sea, so I don't mind going lower up at sea, but definitely if they're lurking near the land, I think height is your friend. So I'm getting some lovely shadows of the bow there on the water, silhouetting against the rising sun. But as you can see, the colours of the sun have changed dramatically in those 40 minutes. It's very pale now, but there's quite a wispiness with all the clouds, and I think it really suits the strong contrasting blue and white hull of the SAGA cruise ship. So I'm going to try for a whole series here. I think that's really quite good. I was hoping that the silhouetting of the bow was what I wanted, but I think, as per usual, I think this one is my favourite, the last one. Got that just right. Just the right shape of ship in the frame. Be careful how you say that at 4 o'clock in the morning. Lovely colours in the sky. Notice there's a yellow lifeboats here on the Spirit Adventure. The Disney ship has yellow lifeboats, but anyway, she's whistling past here. I think I can see one shipmate there on the balcony somewhere. Off on our way to the port of Southampton, and that's the last of the 5 ships of only which I managed to catch 3 due to the captain's tardiness at arriving at Calshot at 2:50 in the morning. But cover a couple more. That one I thought was okay. This one I thought was better. You can actually see the name of the ship on the stern, whereas the other ones couldn't see the reflection. Well, anyway, hope you enjoyed that one, shipmates. Slightly different location. Not 5 ships, only 3 ships, so I sold you short there. No, not very good value for money this time, but we'll hope to do better. And this is Iona going past on the time lapse. So, till next time, shipmates.